Yo, guys. G'day, bloody hell. Quick chuck a snag on the Barbie, might as well save down and under. It's Jay here from the Life Theories crew. Hey, I'm going to go that way to the beautiful Diana over in Virginia, US of A, and the beautiful Pixie down here, my soul sisters from Canada. And we have some very interesting chats today, some topics to chat about. We were just off air having a quick chat. We had to stop each other from going on because we've had a few things going on. How are you ladies going?
Good, good. Oh man, it's been a really interesting week. I don't want to get too far into what's happened, so that we can actually talk about like the Lionsgate portal and all of the energies that are coming in right now, especially on the 8th of August. But yeah, this week has been so freaking weird, man. Like me and my roommate and business partner for like the store stuff, our storage locker got broken into, and we
Oh,
had several $1,000s worth of merchandise like getting taken.
Oh,
And yeah,
yeah.
was that
it
some of your
was
collector? Is that collector's stuff? Is it or
it was mostly his store stuff, so it wasn't the collector stuff that I've got, but it was for some reason they like didn't really touch my stuff. They were really focused on his things. And he's got
okay?
like Gundam kits and like hobby stuff and mostly plastic model kits. But some of them, like basically all the ones that we took that were taken were like the expo kits and like the really hard to find stuff and like the like perfect grade stuff and like the really expensive, like classy stuff.
Yeah,
So a lot of that stuff was gone. So we've been dealing with that over the last little bit. Put my phone
that's a
on.
shame.
And yeah, so like been a bunch of like really weird, big, like life shifting things happening. My landlord is like, there's weird stuff going on with my landlord. I have no idea what's going on. We've got like mortgage companies calling us, being like, is this property like vacant or is there tenants here? It's like, no, we've been living here for 2 years. Like, what's going on? Apparently, our like landlord's not paying the mortgage, so that's going on too. So
Sorry,
there's some weird
sorry,
stuff going on.
you say your owner's not paying your mortgage, paying the mortgage
Yeah,
on the house.
the landlord of our house that we're living in hasn't paid our mortgage in over 6 months. So I don't know where that money's going. So we have no idea what's actually going on. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that's happening that's kind of pushing old paradigms and old patterning and old ways of doing things out. And it's like, okay, we had everything in storage. We were living in this house. All this stuff is happening, but now it's kind of being shown to us like we think the universe wants us to level up in a way and like stop doing it out of a storage unit and like maybe get a retail space or do something else, right? So I don't know, and like stop dealing with landlords that are, not communicative and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff opening up right now in life that's like, hey, you got to pay attention to some things. Maybe you should be shaken up a little bit and make some changes here. So it's pretty interesting. How about you, Diana? Any shakeups going on for you?
Oh yeah. I did do a Reiki session. Yeah, it's a little personal. I don't want to go into all the details. I mean, it's like a shamanic Reiki session. It did take some energy out of me, but it just shows that there are different levels to healing, right? She did some channeling stuff like that, and even I filled out a pre-session for him before, and she gets some guidance. And I read the thing. I had to sit down and like that, like it's like deeper layers to some of the healing I've done, to some of the issues I have that have been coming up. And even though I was aware of it, she brought it to like a whole nother level. So it just shows that like I mean, I'm not saying you're never completely healed stuff, but I feel like I did a lot of work, and this just brought a whole new layers and layers of like to work I've already done. It's cool. It's a never ending process, but it's like some of the things I was like, oh, I thought I was past some of this, but obviously there's still stuff that's coming up and reasons why things for me have been a little bit slower, I think, with progressing to like the next stage I want to get at. And I feel like I'm pretty close to making a big shift. I already made a lot of shifts, but I'm trying to go a little bit further along with things, and I feel like it's a little bit slow, right? She said her and analysis of that, and just she also energy readings, and she chakra everything, and she got messages, visions, all this stuff coming through. But basically, it just still things I need to work through before I get to that next level. And they're like stuff that I thought I had worked through, but then I'm not. So it was a little bit frustrating. I read the whole thing. I have the whole thing she printed out and stuff, which was cool. And I know you could take whatever with a grain of salt, but I resonated with what she said, and it was stuff, and it made me think about things in like a different way. Because I've been thinking about it another way, so it was good, but it brought more awareness. It's like, oh, there's so many levels to it's okay. It was a little bit frustrating to read because it's a little bit like eye opening. I'm like, and it's not about having an ego or whatever. It's not about saying, oh, I'm completely. It just I thought I had done a lot more work, but I have to remember a lot of these things are from years and years of when I was younger. And she even brought up, I'll bring up one thing. She said that she felt that a part of me left when I was 19 years old, a part of me. So she worked on integrating, she was working on integrating timelines. It's some weird stuff, right? And she does chanting, all that stuff. But then I said, what was going on at 19 years old? Because I'm thinking more it's in my addiction stage, like way later on. That wasn't at 19. I was maybe experimenting a little bit, but I wasn't like in that stage. But I realized then I did go to college, right? And I was sitting there. I remember I wasn't really happy with where I was. I didn't really want to be in that major going to school. I didn't like having the roommates. I felt really out of place. And then I started going to music festivals, right? I started to date a guy, right? Because I did feel like a part of me left. So now she wanted me to like look in the mirror like for 7 days and say, I love you, welcome back. And I do feel like a part of me, my energy's back. It's weird. I'm a little bit tired from doing all that. And then, you're doing all the clearing of the chakras and the chanting and spraying stuff, but like blowing smoke and doing cleansing, and there's a lot of stuff. And it just brought up, and I had a lot of different visions and stuff too. I don't know if these were past lives or what. It was just a wild thing. And I was like, oh man, I got a lot more work to do. It just kind of like bang your head against the wall, because it's like I've done so much work, and she thinks I've already been at my lowest, so it's gonna get better, but it's like you need to work through these things to get here, and I'm just like, oh man, I have been working through it. It just with the wanting to have instant gratification, right? And we want things, but there's a process, there's timing, right, to everything.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed too with myself especially, I've healed specific things 3 or 4 times, but and I keep thinking, okay, this is the time. Yeah, but then it'll like sneak back in. Yeah. So what I've noticed is every time it sneaks back in, I'll try to heal it from a slightly different perspective, because there's one part of me that saw the issue from that one perspective. And so we'll heal it from that part of me that's seeing it that way. And then when it comes up again, I'll have a slightly different perspective of it because I've gone through the previous healing. So another layer of it might come up. So it'll give me a new perspective of the situation. So then I can heal it from that perspective and from that view of myself and from that aspect of my life. So every time you heal it, if you heal it from a slightly different perspective than you did before, instead of just repeating the same thing you did before, be like, oh, this is what I did last time. Look at it from where you're at. Look at the issue that you're trying to heal from where you're at now and your new perspective, and heal it from that. And every time it comes back up, heal it from where you're at in that moment, instead of continually trying to heal it the way you did before. Because the way you did before is the way your past version of yourself would heal it. Yeah. But now the new version of yourself also needs to confront that. Because that new version of yourself, you know what I mean? Like the new version of yourself has to confront that old version of yourself again from the new perspective. So you keep having to look at it from every single perspective of your highest self in that moment. And that's why it keeps coming back, because some things are so ingrained in us and there's so many nuances to that trauma or to that part of us leaving or the thing that triggered us losing that part of ourselves, that we have to keep looking at it from all the different angles to be able to reintegrate it back. And sometimes it takes longer than others. And you have to just be patient with yourself, not judge yourself, and ask yourself, what perspective can I see this from now that I wasn't seeing it from before, and heal it from there.
Okay. So, it makes a lot of sense. I think that myself personally, from what you said, you are going through, the lesson comes back to test your new self. I've been going through that a little bit as well. I get where you're going, because I mean, you have to test yourself in your new space, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's just like looking at the same trauma from a different perspective, from the new spectrum, as you healed it from where you were before, and now you're in a different place. So now you can feel it from that place. But if you keep trying to repeat the same thing you did last time, be like, oh, this is what I did last time, you might find yourself getting frustrated because you're trying to heal it from a perspective that it doesn't need to be healed from. Yeah. You need to level up to get that level up of healing. So
I think that makes total sense. Because I think, well, in a simple situation of what you talk about Lionsgate and all this bloody craziness that's been going around. Yeah. The other couple of days has people been there's been a lot of like stress, like a lot of people aren't trusting in the process. People aren't trusting in the processes of what happens. Like I think I talked last week about faith for me, just saying, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm doing the process. I do what I got to do, but I believe, I ask, use the chain, ask above, and have total faith. Not something I want to happen, but that's where the thing comes in. But when you ask something, you go, right, that's the faith we're going to have in doing it. A lot of people are insecurities and all these things are coming up, and it's really weird that you have to deal with people's emotions and egos these days because they're not. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know. Just I'm looking at them going, Jesus fucking Christ.
What's happening right now with the Lionsgate portal is this portal is opening up and triggering us and forcing us into seeing, accepting, and stepping into the highest version of ourselves. And in doing that, a lot of egoic stuff is coming up for people, because when you're stepping into your higher self, you're shedding parts of your ego. You're shedding the 3D separation, duality, conflict, competition. You're shedding all of those things that are egoic based to step into your higher self, to step into the 5D higher dimension. And in order to do that, a lot of the egoic stuff needs to be shed. So in order to shed it, it comes up into the open. It comes out. And a lot of people, if they're not aware that this portal is opening, they're not aware that egoic things are boiling up inside of them because of the energy of the planet right now, a lot of egoic based things are going to fly out of people's mouths. People are going to be acting in very egoic ways because those are the words and actions that they need to be paying attention to for themselves, so they can heal that part of their ego that's making them reactive, that's making them have that duality and that separation. So in order for them to stop coming at everybody with so much ego, they need to stop and look at themselves for just a minute, say, hey man, I'm speaking from my ego right now. I'm behaving from my ego. I'm not stepping into my highest self. What is it that I can do to nurture this part of my ego to help it heal, so I can step into the love, I can step into 5D, I can step away from these egoic needs that don't need to come with me into the 5D. So
makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense.
If you're getting hit with a lot of people right now that are coming at you with a lot of ego, that just means that the Lionsgate portal is really affecting them, but they're not in the awareness of of it. So they're just acting fully out of ego. And quite frankly, they could be overreactive right now. The energies are really strong right now. So, and if people aren't in the awareness of this is what's going on, I am reacting this way because the universe is trying to show me what I need to work on. They're just going to keep spewing out all their egoic shit. And that's up to you as someone who is working on yourself to be like, that's their thing, not mine. And protect yourself from that and let it not affect you.
Oh yeah, look, I think I've not let it affect me, that's for sure. And what you just said was my higher self. I looked at it, I would have reacted a different way. So I know I've come a long way. But also having I dealt with it a different way where I would always step into and try and fix it. Oh, this could be about me. This could be that. When they're upset, I step back. I'll talk about criticism later, but dealing with someone telling you something that you got to deal with, and not thinking it's bad criticism, you're a bad person. Step back, listen, and then we go on, right, what's the lesson here? And wasn't reactive. It was really good. So the test for me was that was an easy test for me. And then looking at others the way we're going. What do you think, Diana? What do you think? Have you felt anything these weeks? The last couple of weeks have been really crazy.
I'm focusing on a little bit less on other people and more on myself. Well, you know what? I've cared for too long. I'm not saying I don't care about anyone else, but people reacting and stuff, that has nothing to do with me. And if I'm triggered by that, then there's something with my ego that's reflecting out there. If I'm seeing that everywhere, everything's a reflection, right?
Yep.
There's something within you that might not be resolved. I'm not trying to put up, but I'm saying there's something. If it's that intense like that, it's a reflection, right? So I don't know. It could be drawing attention to something within yourself. Why is that reflecting that much? It's not like it's a little. You're saying it's intense. So I don't know what that is. I don't know. But also look at yourself as what same with me. It's the same thing. Me, if I see like chaos going on out here, then man, maybe there's something in here. Even though sometimes I think I'm calm, obviously there might be something deeper, a deeper layer that I'm not addressing, like that's making it manifest out, like push out like that.
I think for me, it was a test to see how I react. I think I reacted really well. It hasn't affected me, but me and my mate, who are real, the end game was, because it's all about bands and stuff. The end game we said was, right, people showing their colours. We actually sat. Well, both of us are very humble and we don't say anything, but we step back and go, right. And the end result was, if it comes to big decisions, it's me and him who have to do it, because we've got level heads. And that was really, really a great lesson for me. I was really proud of the way I went, and the way I reacted. So you're not wrong. That let's put a test in front of you and your new self and see how you react. And feel pretty good about it too. But also, as you said, it gets you to reflect on where you could have been. And I'm with you. Sorry, I'm going that way. I'm with you. I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm like you, unless it actually directly affects me.
Yeah. I've been so removed from people in the last little bit. My circle it went from super, super big to like practically non-existent to like, I've got a couple people that like come and actually like hang out and like have a small like social group again, which feels really good. And like, regular guests and like regular like visitors and people to interact with. But like, I've been keeping very much to myself over the last little bit, and it feels great. Like to not have all that like drama and like other people's energy constantly around me. I love people. I absolutely adore people. I like the energy of a big crowd. I love how if you go to a concert or a music festival, everybody's like, right in it. Like the whole energy of the room is like explosive. I love that too. But I absolutely love being in my own energy and not being bothered by other people's energy and trauma and drama. And feels really good to just be in my own space finally. But when you're in a room of a bunch of people that like, some of them have worked on their stuff, some of them haven't, some know about spirituality, some don't, some are intuitive, some aren't. You can get a lot of really mixed energies, and it can get really overwhelming. It can be a lot for an empath or an intuitive to walk into a room full of those kinds of people, because there's so much unsureness going on around you. And there's so much unharnessed energy that's just floating around. It can be really exhausting for an empath or an intuitive to walk into that kind of energy. So it just depends, right?
Do you think like going into a festival, say that triggered me with the festivals that I used to do, I don't do them anymore.
Yeah.
The mind body ones, they're huge. Oh my God. Mate, I block myself. I like how I block. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I went to the anime convention last weekend. And
I'm talking about a healing convention, like a bloody spiritual healing convention. My God, they energies are out of control. If you don't block yourself,
those ones, especially because a lot of those ones happen where there's no windows. And if you're doing a bunch of different healing sessions with people thousands of people throughout the weekend. If you've got people doing palm readings over here, people doing Reiki over here, people doing intuitive sessions over here, people doing psychic stuff over here, people doing healings over here, all of the energy that's being released is just going into the room. And you're walking into this dense energy that's been released into the room, and there's no window to let that energy escape. So you really have to protect yourself when you go into those types of conventions and those types of centers, because you can actually walk away, if you're not protected well enough, you can walk away with 6 other people's trauma attached to you. It's not good.
No, it's not.
You really do have to protect yourself at those things.
Oh my God. This is where it's great that we know each other and stuff, and we connect with certain people, because it's just like in any situation, you have to look at and learning about the ego and stuff. I'm spiritual. Yeah, rightio. I go, yeah, okay. Yep, that's great. Yep, I'll be, hi, how are you? Hope you have a lovely life. See you later. You just go, oh my God, yeah, right. Yeah, no worries. That's all I can say. That's all I can say to them. You can't, everyone's on their own journey at the moment, but my God.
Yeah. Anytime you come up to a my God person and you're just like, what is this person thinking? Instead of saying, what is this person thinking? And putting that judgment on them, just send them love instead. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have to catch myself a lot, because there's a lot of what the F is this person thinking moments. But instead of letting your mind go there, see it from a positive, non-judgmental light. Be like, wow, this person really needs love, and send them love. Let's send this person love, because they're clearly not understanding it, and maybe love will help. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Dealing with people's egos is an interesting one. And then you've got the trauma that triggers egoic behavior, and snapping and random arguments and horrible discussions going sideways. People feeling misunderstood because their ego feels attacked, and it turns into a big argument. Oh God. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, man, I don't know if I told you guys, I deleted 400 people off my Facebook, right? Because it just, like I said, it's been toxic. I've had it since 2006, right? I felt better, but I'm just noticing, man, people are triggered so easily. I make inspiring posts and people get triggered. Everyone has something to effing say, and my way of doing stuff. I even saw a meme, right? It says Aries' way of self-care is blocking everybody. That is what I'm doing, or deleting people. but I feel like I shouldn't have to be so extreme. I just get to the point. I'm like, I'm sick of doing what I'm not saying I'm completely healed, right? But it's like everything I say. I'm not saying everything I said, but everything everybody says. Everyone is so triggered by everything. And it's just like, dude, you can't say anything anymore. I mean, I'm just talking about inspiring stuff, and people are getting triggered. I'm not even saying, there's people that are talking about all the things that trigger people, right? Which is pretty much everything. And I'm talking about and I'm like, dude, what gives? And I'm just deleting, because, I don't got time for that. But I know I'm supposed to, on this planet, I'm supposed to help people, inspire people, but I'm getting in the irritate where I'm just deleting and blocking people. So I'm trying to meet the balance of protecting my energy, not absorbing so much, but I know I'm meant to help people because I went through all this stuff to help people, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. I mean, I'm just I guess I gotta focus on, make sure my energy is good first, but it's this is just intense shit, and the kind of issues I dealt with, the kind of people I dealt with before, those people have really deep wounded, and I'm not saying I did too, but it's even deeper than what I had. So I'm just dude, it's treading on water, and it's well, I'm not supposed to not be myself, and so I don't know. It's just finding the balance, and it's just irritating. Some days I just have to step away, and I'm I need to get back my energy back, because I feel like it's been taken in a bunch of places, and I'm being focused. But the fact is, why am I? It's not that I mean, you could say I'm triggered by that too. It's not triggered. It's just more irritated, dude.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand. People,
you can't talk about anything anymore. You can't talk about positive, negative. I'm not even talking about politics. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about race, gender.
The moment you start talking about spiritual stuff and raising your frequency, higher vibe, people who are lower vibe will start to become offended by your vibe and your light, because they can't handle the light, and they automatically assume what you're saying is directed at them and putting them down. Because they don't want to accept your light. So instead of just being message doesn't resonate, they will react.
Yeah,
because
it's like you could just unfollow me,
they're
unfriend
on
me. So I want to unfriend the people that are like, I know people
Yeah.
get triggered every once in a while, but there's certain people that were constantly saying shit on my thing. I just delete them. I'm like, you know what? I don't got time. You're actually ruining when I'm actually trying to help other people, and you making that negative shit. It's not just one time; it's multiple times, right? So like, you're actually
Yeah.
other people might not, you know, like you're affecting other people. Just keep the shit to yourself, man.
Yeah. When you do the deleting, and when you do the like the deleting of the posts and the blocking of the people and all of that stuff, to clear the energy around your post, and make it so that people aren't seeing these comments. When you do that, are you doing it from a place of, oh, not again, gotta go through deleting it? Or are you doing it from a place of, these people really need some love, I'm going to send them love as I delete these things? Because I feel like if you were to incorporate that aspect of it, you wouldn't be mirrored with the energy of, oh, these people ruining my post. Because if you're putting out the energy that, oh, these people are ruining my posts, and why do they have to do that? They're going to keep mirroring it back to you and keep giving you things on your post. So if you delete it, if you delete it with love, like, just to finish off, like if you delete it with love and say, this person really needs love and affection, and I delete this post with the utmost of love, and I block you with love and good intentions, and I hope the best for you. If you come at it from that and just shift your perspective as you're deleting, and delete things with love instead of agitation and annoyance, it might help to reduce the amount of reflection of negativity that you're seeing on it. And it might reduce the frequency of negative comments on your posts. Well, it might be something worth trying.
This was one particular. Look, I'm usually cool. I don't even delete lots of. Hey, if they want to, they can write what they want. I don't usually unfriend and block people, but it's that same person I told you that wrote that post about me, that crazy thing. It was like my friend, you know. Yeah. So, and then every single post I have, it's been like this for 6 months, dude. It's like, again, and I was hoping to maybe inspire and help the person, but that person's such a dark space, it doesn't matter. But their intention is literally to bring me down. Like, this person likes to like bully people, bring people down, even though they're not, you know. So it's like, it was this particular person. So I finally unfriended the person, because part of me was like, oh, it's my friends, whatever. I shouldn't delete them. Nah, I can delete them. They're not my friend, you know. And
you don't know him.
I tried, you know. I'm not even deleting the messages, right? I mean, unless they're some of them that were like inappropriate stuff that I didn't want my relatives seeing. I didn't want, you know. So I did delete that. But so I finally unfriended. But then I had some people, you know, I'm on that trip. Some people wrote some comments. I made a joke about something, and it wasn't even about anything inspiring. I just made a joke, and people took it the wrong way. And I just was like, delete. But I was just in one of those, like, but it was a little bit childish, I would say. But it's like, I want to protect my energy. And yeah, I could come from that energy, like, this person needs love and light. But sometimes I'm a little bit like,
you need love and light.
Yeah, and I know I need to work on myself. And why am I getting triggered by it? But it just like, I made a big transformation. I'm trying to start protect my energy and my whole life, and I'm not trying to get a victim mindset. But I've had a lot of people just really try to tear me down a lot, and it just like, it just becomes, I'm a human being. You know, it's a little frustrating. I'm like, dude, I'm finally trying to do the right thing. You know, it's like, oh, people had nothing to say when I was sitting there doing stupid shit, you know, and basically almost dying. And then now when I'm trying to do something better, it just, I understand the reason. I understand why they're doing it. They're wounded. I understand when you come in shining light and when other people in the dark. I understand when I was in the dark and I saw people doing that. But you know what? I didn't go comment on their posts. I just let them go. If I really was triggered by their inspiring or like more positive, upbeat stuff trying to help people, I just wouldn't comment. I would just unfollow them or just ignore it. Why do people have to go in and like attack? And I'm trying not to feel warriors. That way, but it's hard not. Now I'm expecting that. I don't know. I got in a weird like loop on my brain with that, and I'm getting irritated, man.
I'll try to find. Do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, or Gary V? He's like a business motivational speaker. He's like a multi-billionaire. He runs like a media company. Anyway, he says really good stuff. He has this one because all he does is like push out content. He's like the main guy that like get rich on content kind of dude. And he talks about the positivity of like, when you see somebody hurting in your comment section, send them love. Just be like, I love you, man. And like, he'll actually, like, when someone's hating on his post, he'll go in and just write, "I love you, man," underneath their posts, and like say something positive to the person and have a conversation with that person about like, "Hey man, what's bothering you right now? I didn't do anything to you. This is a post of love. Is there something you need to talk about right now?" And he literally calls them on their shit because he knows that they're just triggered. So he goes that one step ahead rather than just deleting or blocking or ignoring. He'll just be like, this person needs love. And he'll say it. He'll
hard
go
to get
right
to
out
that.
and like,
if you're not in the greatest mood yourself, sometimes it's just like, sometimes you're just,
it's hard.
It depends on my mood. Like, a lot of times I am, inspired, but I'm okay. But if I'm just in that little bit of an off mood and I'm getting triggered more easily, and then usually I just need to step away because I don't think anything I'm going to say in that moment is going to, or my actions are probably not going to be really in alignment. So I have to sometimes take a step away and then, respond from a place of, a little bit higher vibration, love or whatever. But it's hard when certain people, I know their intentions are to like attack, and I know where it's coming from, but obviously I got a little more healing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it'll just take them a while to catch up.
Look, put it this way, it's I get where you're coming from because I'm triggered by fuckwits, opinionated assholes, pretty much like the best one I find, and I don't know how you go, and these are just it's like you do something, someone has an opinion after the fact. Oh, I would have done it this way. Well, good. I've just looked at it and gone, few people go, I go, really? That's great. Thanks very much. Oh, now here's the lesson I've got. I go, that's great. No worries. I will not be talking to you ever again. But I'll say hello. How are you? Wish you the best, and catch you later. You're a dickhead. Oh,
my favorite response to that kind of thing is, "Well, thank you. I will consider it for the next time." And then that way you're not leaving them feeling like shit. They're not, because usually with people like that, it's like the moment you say, it'll just start an argument if you say anything else other than, "Thank you for the amazing information. I'll consider it for the next time." And then just move on. And if you consider it the next time, you consider it the next time. If not, it at least leaves them feeling validated, which a lot of people need right now. A lot of people are just looking for validation. And the moment they don't get it, they snap and they start an argument with you, or they start attacking you. So they just want validation. So all you have to do is say, give them the validation. You know what? That's a really great tip. I'll consider it next time I'm in this position. You're just putting the wrong energy out there, right? You can just move on.
It's a case of people coming from a place. We all know they're on that same job, but they're coming from a place of, I'm a big believer of the 7 deadly sins, and especially with my energy, I'm not blowing wind up my own ass, but over so many years and decades, I've been pulled down because of the way I've been feeling about myself. But also I know I have this inner white light that spreads, and it's like I've had to learn how to protect, because you attract these people that sucked it in, which is my fault, of course, because that's the way it was. But now it's gone to a point where I'm actually blocking it. So you see the 7 deadly sins of people go, I see people, I wish I was you. You could just see by looks, by feel, by energy. People just don't realize, I had a comment, I've done a lot of courses and I can pick people and I can read people. Now you fart. I go, you probably can. I go, you probably can to some level, but mate, I just see straight away, I'm going, yeah, mate, you're not loved. You don't have enough self-love, or people take you for granted, or you just need a nice romantic weekend with someone you love. Well, I'm putting in PG for that, for you people out there. Not being appreciated, stuff like that. I can see, because I've had it, you know what I mean? And I'm like Diana, I don't now, instead of asshole, which is fine, I do still do that, but I just go and retreat, do the bear, take the power of the bear and retreat, and just, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I even told one person working, yeah, I just stay to myself. I'm just got to get my work done, which is true, but I also like to have time to do my other stuff. There you go. That's me rambling.
It's all good, mate.
What about
It's all
criticism?
about what's that?
So what about criticism? How's everyone going with that? Because I
Don't care.
that's one of my big things. I reckon Diana and I are basically on the same level with this, if you don't mind me saying. When someone, okay, I'll give you the example. When someone says to you, you are doing something, and now they're coming from a place of love, you know that they're going, I'm saying this because the first thing that goes through my head, and this is the old me, is I'm an asshole, they don't like me anymore, right? Or I've done something wrong. So I go into that victim mode. I'm coming out of it better, but I guess you've invested yourself into the person or the people, and then you don't want to lose that. But now I've actually got to a point where, okay, I'm actually fighting the conscious choice, and this is a fight. And within the first 10 minutes of it happening, going, right, I choose myself, whatever happens, going to the flow, and you're fighting that. Yeah, it's going back and forth. But then you get to a point, yep, it's okay. And you don't, don't sit in it. Oh, excuse me. You don't sit in there for freaking 3 days or 4 days like I used to. You sort of fight the feeling for the first 10 minutes. What do you think about that?
My response is going to be the same exact thing you just sent me. That I sent you.
Yep.
Same advice.
Yep.
That's my advice has not changed.
Yep. Cool. No, that's what I was saying, Tim. I guess it's a programming fight more than anything for me. But the first thing, as I said, your advice is on spot on.
Everyone has opinions, man. You're never gonna please stop. Who cares about people? If you just focus, you gotta just bring it back to you all the time. I know it's easy to get focus on them, what they're thinking, but they see you in a certain way, and that's none of your business. Who cares? You gotta just move on, man. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's great chat as per usual. Thank you so much. Love you. Love you very much. Yep. Peace out and whatever else. Guys, if you have any questions, please shoot us a comment on the YouTube video that we're going to be putting up, or you can catch us on Trailblazers of the Universe. Di's always on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see her stuff there. Grab on there. You got Small Sarah, Big Soul. Okay, got it right. She's on YouTube, Instagram, and also Facebook, and of course myself.
TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok too. Okay, cool. And you're on TikTok too.
I'm not
sorry,
on Facebook. I'm on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok.
TikTok. Sorry. Yep. TikTok. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm moving away from the Facebook.
Fantastic. So you got Trailblazers of the Universe. Yeah, I don't blame you either. Yeah. Trailblazers of the Universe. Small Sarah, Big Soul. Journey of a White Feather. I got chapter 50 coming up. I'm doing that today. Wow, 50. And then we've got Batman, who's probably in Arkham Asylum with the Joker. Spiritual Needs TV. Cortez. I'm going to wear a Cortez mask next week. So, on that note, love and white light to you all. Thank you so much. Love my soul sisters so much. I'm energized. I'm going to get up now. Felt like dog poo before. Anyway, so we have a bit of a laugh. Laughing's good. Anyway, take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you next week for Live Theories, and peace out. Be your best self and bring out that protector, because your soul deserves it. Take care.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to our channels, and hit that little bell notification if you want to see more of our stuff.
Absolutely. Take care. Peace out. Rock out.